How's it going, Top 5 TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my preview for the Friday night fixture away at the Vitality Stadium as we take on Bournemouth. Yeah, Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. I think it's currently 7th versus 2nd. Well, it'll be 2nd versus 7th because they're the home side. And yeah, the last time we went to the Vitality Stadium, it was a night match and we got played off the park. It was not great. I don't know if it was so much of a bad Forest performance or a good Bournemouth performance, but I remember watching that game and thinking we never even gave their defenders anything to think about, like anything to contemplate, whether, any decision to make or anything. It was, I don't know, it was poor from us, but they were also on top before. I remember Danjuma, Solanke and Stanislas were running riot. It was not fun to watch as a Forest fan. I think it's going to be I always say this, but it's going to be an interesting game. The last time we went to second in the league away was Blackburn last week, midweek fixture, and we did come out 2-0 victors. Do I think we'll come out 2-0 victors in this one? I'm not so sure. Looking at sort of recent fixtures in their last 5 games, they've lost 2 and won 3 to the 2 losses coming before the 3 wins. So they have sort of picked things up in terms of the league. Obviously, they did have that cup set against Borough and Wood where they were knocked out 1-0 at home. I don't know. I think Samba not being in goal could be a factor in this one. Obviously, we've got Horvath or Smith coming in. I do expect it to be Horvath. When he played against Middlesbrough, I saw that game live, so I was able to sort of see a bit of him. I think I also saw him against Wolves as well. He's a good shot stopper. I can give him that. He's a good shot stopper. But with the ball at his feet, he's not the best. He's very one-sided, so I think if we are going to play from the back, we're going to have to try and either make sure it's on his strong side or just get the ball as quickly from the goalkeeper to the defence as possible or to the midfield as possible. I don't think he was too comfortable with the ball coming to, I think it was his left side. You saw that one where I think it was Sporer for Middlesbrough who was able to nick it off him. I think he nicked it off him. I think it was a heavy touch. And he was able to nick it off him and score. Can't really remember that game too well. I've blotched it out of my mind. It was an absolute shambles. Probably the worst Forest performance I think I've seen at the safety ground ever. It was that bad. But, we're so much better now. And I think we could go and get something, and I think a win, it's not just going to put us in the mix for the playoffs, it's going to put us in the mix for the automatic promotion places. They are currently 11 points off us, so a win will take it. I think would have been within 9, 8. It'll be within 8 of them, and with Blackburn dropping points to us, can't remember how they did it at the weekend, but I think we could really do it. QPR dropping points to Barnsley. A win here could be huge. Really could be huge going forward. And I remember seeing on Twitter a quote from Andy Hinchcliffe. I think he was commentating on the West Brom Blackburn game last night, where he said something along the lines of, I think Forest will finish just outside the playoff places. And I think the players really need to listen to that and really need to take that as momentum. Take that as not momentum. What's the word? Take it as determination, I guess you could call it. Take it as just something to focus on, something that they can look at and think, right, we've heard that, we're going to really make sure we do it now to prove them wrong. I think there was someone put in the comments about Blackpool, sorry. I don't know if someone had said that about Blackpool, they're not going to make it or something, and we kept listening to it every single week and then they managed to do it. But we need to use that as something to spur us on, something to really help us push forward and to really show that we can do it and prove them wrong. But in terms of this one, I don't know. I've got a feeling that Bournemouth might do it, with Samba out and then also the draw at the weekend. I don't know, but they'll be wanting to come back and really make a statement and prove to the fans that that we are still on track, to prove to Cooper that they should still be being started. But I think are we going to see a reaction in this one? It's hard to say because Bournemouth are a good side. The late 2 goals to win it at Blackpool. They brought in so many good players in the January transfer window, namely on deadline day, really. Todd Cantwell is one of them, you know. Kiefer Moore is another one who causes us problems. I don't know if he'll start, or whether it'll be sort of a Dominic Solanke kind of situation. But I'm really interested to see how this one pans out. I'm thinking if we are on it, I could see us winning 2-1, 2-0. Pardon me. If Bournemouth are on it, I could see them winning 2-0, 2-1. It could go either way, depending on which team is sort of at the races more, which team's really up for it more, I guess you could say. I think it depends really on Forest, though. I think if we're not at it, it could be quite an easy one for Bournemouth. If we are at it, it's going to be a really difficult one for Bournemouth, and I think we could do it. I'm going to go with 2 on Forest. I'm a bit indecisive, but I'm going to go with 2 on Forest. I think we can do it. I'm going to, stick my neck on the line. 2 on Forest. Goals coming from, let's go with Keenan Davis and Philip Zinkenagel. Why not? But, I know, obviously, against Stoke, Worrell had to go in goal. Hopefully we don't have to see anything as crazy as that in this one. Hopefully it's a bit more of a routine game. Do we stick Worrell in the net between, as opposed to Smith or Horvath? Probably not. I do think he would be beneficial playing in centre-back in the 3 alongside Cook, who's going back to his old club. Could be a bit of an emotional occasion for him. And then also Scott McKenna, who's an absolute brute. You know, in the air, he's absolutely incredible. But, I think a fairly unchanged lineup again. I think it's silly at the minute to chop and change. I would probably put Yates back in over maybe Colback. I think Yates and Garner work a bit better together in the middle of the park, but again, I wouldn't be annoyed if it was Colback and Garner or Colback and Yates or whatever. I think Colback and Yates maybe not for this one, but if it's Yates and or Yates and Colback or Yates and let me say that again. Garner or Yates, Garner or Colback. Either of the two. I wouldn't grumble too much at, but I do think it probably should be Yates and Garner. So for me, I'm going to say the lineup would be Horvath, Yates, Lowe, Worrell, Cook, McKenna, Garner, Yates, Johnson, Zinkenagel, and Keenan Davis. So yeah, Bournemouth do have some really good players for this level, like I mentioned. Todd Cantwell, Kiefer Moore. I think they've got a youngster called Anthony who's doing really well for them at the minute. Is it like Jaden Anthony or something like that? We're going to have to keep our eye on him. Obviously, they've got the likes of Solanke, Cook, some very good players for this level, and they're not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. I think we're going to have to be on it defensively in terms of the wing backs. They will obviously have to get high and offer us a width that way, but coming back they're going to have to be strong and work well against the wingers that Bournemouth have. Cantwell is a really tricky customer, and he's someone that he's good with the ball at his feet, but he's also good sort of at pace. What I mean by that, he's good technically, but also can be sort of a tricky customer in terms of his pace. So he's going to have to keep his eye out on that one, Max Lowe. But I do think he can. Against Blackburn, I think he made 9 tackles, which is absolutely insane. So if we can have a game almost as close to that, I think it will be fine in that aspect. But yeah, really excited to watch this one. I can't wait to see how it pans out. Obviously, they're predicting the, is it Storm Eunice, which is coming from the south coast, and Bournemouth is on the south coast. So that could put an effect on the game. I think that would probably help us more than Bournemouth. Bournemouth like to be on the ball a bit more technical, whereas we're not as afraid to get the ball forward quickly on the counter-attack, get the ball up to Keenan Davis and help him to bring other players into the game. So that could be a fact that could tip the game in our balance. But really excited to see how this one pans out. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Forest win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 2-1 Bournemouth win. But I really do think that at the minute the confidence is high. A late equaliser that felt like a winner against Stoke, and hopefully we can keep the feel factor going around the club. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Let us know down below what you think the score's going to be, who you think is going to start, any changes that you think you would make if you were in charge. Subscribe if you haven't already, and come on, you Reds.